Take a deep breath. Allow the air to fill your lungs, and as you exhale, feel the weight of the day begin to dissolve. Let your shoulders soften. Let the muscles around your eyes relax. You are in a safe place and it is time to rest. Tonight we are not going anywhere busy. We are not going anywhere loud. We are simply taking a quiet walk to a place that only wakes when the world sleeps. Our story begins in the stillness of a deep, quiet forest. The moon is full tonight, a perfect silver coin hanging in a sky of velvet black. The moonlight filters down through the tall, ancient pines, painting the forest floor in patterns of lace. The air is cool and crisp, carrying the clean scent of pine needles and damp earth. It is quiet, but not silent. If you listen closely, you can hear the gentle rustle of a small creature in the undergrowth and the distant, dreamy hoot of an owl. Down a narrow gravel path, there is a small cottage. It is made of heavy, rounded stones and dark, warm wood. A single golden light glows in one window, painting a warm square onto the grass outside. This is the home of Elias. Elias is the keeper. He is not a keeper of animals or a keeper of keys. He is the keeper of the midnight greenhouse. The front door of the cottage opens with a soft, woody creak. Elias steps out onto the porch. He is an older man with kind eyes and slow, deliberate movements. He wears a thick woolen cardigan the color of oatmeal and soft boots that make almost no sound. He pulls the heavy door closed, and the click of the latch is a small, satisfying sound in the vast quiet. He stands for a moment, simply breathing in the night. The cool air feels good. He picks up an old unlit lantern from a hook by the door and begins his walk. His path is familiar. His boots make a soft rhythmic crunch, crunch, crunch. On the fine gravel path, it is a comforting sound, a sound of purpose but no hurry. The path winds away from the cottage deeper into the silver light of the woods. The tall trees stand like silent, sleeping guardians on either side. Elias walks, his posture relaxed, his gaze soft. He knows this path better than any other. He knows the smooth, worn texture of the stones under his feet. He knows the way the air grows slightly cooler as he passes the small brook, a sound of water tumbling gently over mossy rocks. After a few minutes, the trees begin to open up. The path leads into a large circular clearing, and in the center of the clearing, bathed in the full bright light of the moon, is the greenhouse. It is a magnificent sight. It is impossibly large, built of dark, almost black wood, and countless panes of glass. The glass roof arches high overhead, a grand dome that seems to be trying to touch the stars. In the darkness, it looks like a fallen constellation. Not a single light glows inside. It is a silhouette of promise. Elias approaches the entrance. The doors are tall, made of the same dark wood with intricate carvings of vines and leaves. In the center is a large brass keyhole. Elias reaches into the pocket of his cardigan. His fingers find a key. It is heavy and smooth and cool to the touch. He slides the key into the lock. It doesn't make a jarring metallic scrape. Instead, it slides in with a soft, oily shing sound, fitting perfectly. He turns the key. There is a deep, satisfying thunk from the mechanism inside the lock, a sound of opening. He pushes one of the heavy doors. It swings inward without a sound, perfectly balanced on its hinges. Elias steps inside out of the cool night air. And the world changes. The air inside is warm. It is soft and humid and alive. It wraps around you like a gentle blanket. And the smell. The air is thick with the scent of 1,000 sleeping flowers. The sweet, heavy perfume of nectar. The rich, dark scent of damp earth and moss. The faint, clean smell of water. It is utterly dark inside. A vast, warm, breathing darkness. Elias sets his lantern down on a small wooden potting bench just inside the door. He strikes a match. A tiny flare of orange light. The sulphurous smell of the match is sharp for just a second, before it is swallowed by the earthy sweetness of the greenhouse. He touches the flame to the wick. The wick catches, and a soft, warm, buttery light spills out from the lantern. It doesn't light the whole greenhouse. It couldn't. It only lights the small area around the door. It illuminates the old wooden bench, covered in clay pots and small silver gardening tools. It glows on the stone floor, dark and damp, and it shows the beginning of the path, a narrow winding path of flat stones covered in a soft living moss. Elias picks up the lantern. The warm light bobs gently as he walks. He begins his rounds. He is in the first section of the greenhouse. The whisper vines. They hang down from the high rafters, their leaves a deep velvety green. As Elias passes, the movement of the air from his walking causes the vines to sway. They rustle against each other, making a sound like soft, dry whispering. Shh, shh, shh. It is the sound of the greenhouse greeting its keeper. He reaches out a hand, his fingers brushing against a long, soft leaf. He smiles, his face illuminated in the warm light. He is content. He is exactly where he is supposed to be. He moves deeper into the vast, warm darkness. The stone path guides his feet. The air is so still, yet so alive. The lantern light stretches out before him, painting a small, moving circle of gold on the path and the surrounding foliage. Everything here grows in wonderful abundance. The plants are dense but not chaotic. They are tended to, cared for. Large, waxy leaves, bigger than dinner plates, glisten in the lamplight, heavy with moisture. Tiny droplets of condensation hang from their tips, and every so often, a single drop falls plink, a soft, perfect sound, landing on the mossy floor. Plink. It is one of the only sounds, a gentle, random percussion that underscores the deep silence. Elias walks past the dewdrop ferns. They are enormous, unfurling in delicate spirals from the earth. Their fronds are a pale silvery green, and nestled deep within the center of each one, a single large pearl of water has gathered. It catches the lantern light and shimmers like a captive star. He continues, his boots making no sound at all on the soft, moss-covered stones. The path here is narrow. He has to brush past the leaves of a fainting couch plant, so named because its leaves are as soft and plush as velvet cushions. He can feel the gentle, downy texture against his hand as he passes. The plant releases a faint, powdery scent, like old books and chamomile. He is nearing the center of the greenhouse. The air grows warmer still. The humidity is a comfort. You can feel it on your skin, a soft, damp embrace. The glass dome of the roof is impossibly high above, a ceiling of black sky and silver stars. The moonlight is stronger here, a vast pillar of pale blue light that shines down, illuminating the heart of the greenhouse. Elias pauses, holding his lantern low. He doesn't need its light to see, not here. In the center of the clearing, there is a large circular pool. Or rather, it looks like a pool. It is a massive, cultivated bed of the softest, most luminous moss you have ever seen. It glows. It is not a bright light. It is a gentle, living bioluminescence, a soft, breathing pulse of pale green and silver blue. It is the source of the magical, glowing pollen motes that fill the air. They rise from the moss in lazy, slow-motion spirals, drifting on currents only they can feel. They look like tiny, sparkling embers, too slow to be sparks, too gentle to be fire. They float and dance in the column of moonlight, and in the very center of this glowing moss are the moondrop lilies. During the day, they are unremarkable, closed tight against the sun. But at night they are the queens of the greenhouse. They are tall, their stems a pale pearlescent white. Their buds are large and heavy, the size of a teacup pointing up towards the moon they love. They are closed, not yet. The moon is high, but it is not at its apex. They are waiting, and so Elias waits. This is not an impatient wait. It is a ritual, a meditation. He has a favorite bench here, tucked just at the edge of the clearing, under the sheltering leaves of a large, unnamed tree. The bench is made of smooth, worn wood. He sits down. The wood is warm, absorbing the ambient heat of the greenhouse. He places his lantern on the stone floor beside him. The golden light of the flame mixes with the cool silver-blue light of the moss. The two lights dance together on his hands as he rests them on his knees. He sighs. A long, slow, contented breath. The air he breathes in is sweet. The lilies, even closed, release a fragrance. It smells of vanilla and night-blooming jasmine and a faint, clean hint of rain. It is the smell of peace. He sits and he watches. The only movement is the lazy, drifting dance of the light motes and the occasional plink of a water droplet somewhere back in the darkness. The glass walls of the greenhouse seem to dissolve, and he feels as though he is sitting at the bottom of a warm, quiet ocean of air. He is suspended in time. There is no past. There is no future. There is only the comfortable, breathing stillness of the greenhouse. The warm, soft light, the gentle, sweet air. A small humming moth flickers past. It is not a moth, really. It is a tiny ball of soft white fluff, with wings that beat so fast they are invisible. It makes a very low, almost inaudible sound. It zips past his ear, drawn to the lantern. It circles the light once, twice, and then, as if remembering its purpose, it darts away, disappearing into the darkness. Elias closes his eyes just for a moment. He listens. He can hear the low hum of the moss. He can hear the shh, shh, shh of the whisper vines far behind him. He can hear the slow, steady beat of his own heart. This is his sanctuary. This is his work. After a long, peaceful silence, he opens his eyes again. He nods once to himself. It is almost time. But there is one last task to perform, a ritual of care. Elias rises slowly from the warm wooden bench. He does not grunt or sigh with effort. His movements are fluid, practiced. Like a dancer moving through a familiar, gentle step. He picks up his lantern, and the warm, golden glow once again illuminates the path. He walks around the central clearing, his feet silent on the moss. The glowing motes of light drift around him, undisturbed by his passing. Some land on his woolen cardigan, clinging for a moment like tiny, harmless sparks, before dimming and disappearing. He arrives at a different potting bench, one hidden away behind a curtain of pale, silvery moon ivy. He brushes the ivy aside. The leaves make a sound like falling sand. Shh, shh. This bench is his small laboratory. His apothecary. On it sits a large earthenware jug, dark and cool. The jug is filled with pure collected rainwater. Beside it are several small wooden bowls, and beside them a large glass jar. Elias sets the lantern down. The jar is filled with a fine, shimmering, pale blue powder. It looks like crushed pearls. This is moon tea, a special food collected from the dried pollen of the day bloomers, who only offer it up at sunset. It is the perfect nourishment for the moon-drop lilies. He unscrops the heavy glass lid of the jar. A faint, sweet, cool scent is released. It smells like crushed chalk and sugar. He takes a small wooden scoop. He measures out 3 perfectly level scoops of the shimmering powder. Scrape a tap, 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 start a tap against the rim of the jar. He pours the powder into a large ceramic mixing bowl. Then he lifts the heavy earthenware jug. He tips it gently. A clean, clear stream of water pours from the jug into the bowl. Gluck, gluck, gluck. A low, resonant sound. The water hits the powder, and a most wonderful thing happens. It begins to fizz. A soft, gentle hiss, a sound like a far-distant tide. The water begins to swirl on its own, and the blue powder dissolves. The entire mixture begins to glow, lit from within. It turns the color of the moonlight that streams through the roof. A pale, liquid silver blue, fizzing softly. No heat is released. Only this gentle sound and this soft, cool light. Elias watches it for a moment, his face illuminated by its otherworldly glow. When the fizzing subsides, he knows it is ready. He lifts the bowl. It is heavy in his hands. He carries it, With the same slow, deliberate care back to the central clearing, he steps onto the edge of the glowing moss bed. The moss is soft and resilient under his boots, like walking on a thick, living carpet. He approaches the lilies. They stand tall, their pearlescent stems holding the heavy, closed buds. He can feel a faint, cool energy coming from them. An anticipation. He gently, carefully pours a small amount of the liquid silver-blue tea onto the base of each stem. The liquid soaks instantly into the glowing moss. Shh! The moss seems to drink it eagerly. As the tea is absorbed, the pale green and blue glow of the moss bed brightens just for a moment. A silent thank you. Elias empties the bowl. The ritual is complete. He steps back off the moss and returns to his wooden bench. He places the empty bowl beside him. He straightens his cardigan, and he sits. His work is done. Now there is nothing left to do. Nothing but wait. Nothing but breathe. Nothing but be. The air in the greenhouse seems to become even more still. The silence deepens. The plink of the water drops seems to slow down. The lazy dance of the pollen motes continues. Elias sits, his hands resting in his lap. His breathing is deep and regular. He watches the pillar of moonlight. He watches the stars through the glass dome above. He feels the warmth from the earth, the humidity on his skin. He feels the soft wood of the bench beneath him. He is perfectly, profoundly at peace. He is a part of this place, a quiet guardian, a silent friend. The greenhouse hums its low, living song around him. And the moon. The moon climbs ever higher, reaching its perfect zenith, its brightest point, a silver spotlight, shining directly down onto the center of the clearing, directly onto the lilies, and as if it has received a silent command, as if a conductor has lifted a baton, it begins. A single low resonant sound. It is not a noise. It is a vibration. A hum so low you feel it in your chest more than you hear it with your ears. It is the sound of the lilies acknowledging the moon. Elias watches, his breath held, though he has seen this 100 times. It is always a miracle. On the largest, central lily, a single outer petal begins to move. It is slow. So slow you must watch carefully to see the motion at all. It pulls back, unfurling from the tight bud. The petal is not white. It is a pale, translucent silver, laced with veins of soft, glowing blue. It looks like it is made of moonlight itself. As it pulls back, it reveals another petal tucked inside. The sound grows just a fraction, a single note higher. The second petal begins to unfurl, then a third. The flower is opening. It is not a rapid bloom. It is a slow, deliberate, graceful release. A sigh. And as the petals peel back, they reveal the heart of the flower. The heart does not hold pollen in the way other flowers do. It holds light. A soft, concentrated, pulsing light. The same silver blue as the moss, but brighter, cleaner. It pulses in time with the low hum. Light brightens softly. Light softens. One by one, the other lilies in the cluster begin to open. Each one a slow, perfect miracle. Each one adding its own low, resonant note to the chorus. The greenhouse is now filled with the sound. A gentle, chordal hum that seems to travel through the stone floor, up the wooden bench and into Elias himself. It is a sound of pure peace. The central clearing is no longer lit by the moon alone. It is lit by the lilies. Their combined light is soft, ethereal, and deeply calming. It casts no harsh shadows. It simply illuminates. It makes the air itself seem to glow. And now, the final part of the ritual. The lilies are open. They are pulsing with light, and from their glowing hearts they begin to release their gift. The pollen. It does not burst out. It is released in a gentle, slow-motion cascade. Tiny, sparking motes of light. The same glowing particles that Elias saw rising from the moss. but now they rise in great shimmering clouds. They are the source. They float upwards, catching the currents of warm air. Drifting, dancing, swirling, they create a visible, silent galaxy of light in the center of the greenhouse. They are the motes from the video loop. They sparkle in the moonbeams. They drift lazily through the air. They are beautiful, and they are magic. It is a gentle magic, a magic of calm. As the pollen drifts and settles on the other plants, it soothes them. The whisper vines quiet their rustling. The fainting couch plant relaxes, its velvet leaves seeming to grow even softer. The entire greenhouse lets out a collective, silent sigh of contentment. The air becomes thick with peace, with the soft scent of vanilla and rain, and the cool, chalky smell of the pollen. Elias watches, his eyes heavy. The light from the lilies, that gentle, pulsing silver blue. It is so comforting. The low, steady vroom of their hum is a lullaby. He feels the warmth of the bench, the soft, humid air on his face. He sees the beautiful, impossible flowers blooming in the night. He sees the sparkling, drifting lights. His work is done. The greenhouse is happy. The lilies are fed. The forest outside is protected by this sphere of gentle, sleeping magic. His head nods once. His eyes slide closed. He does not fight it. He is safe here. He is home. Elias dozes there on his favorite bench, a small, content smile on his face. He is surrounded by the soft blue-green glow. The air is warm. The gentle hum of the lilies provides a steady, peaceful rhythm. The only movement is the slow, silent, endless dance of the glowing pollen, drifting, floating, sparkling, and settling. Everything is quiet. Everything is calm. Everything is safe. And just like Elias, just like the greenhouse, it is time to rest. Good night.